This morning we are again on the Areopagus, and as we read the scriptures from Acts chapter 17, we were familiar with the reality that the Apostle Paul was preaching to the philosophers, the Epicureans and the Stoics, and all the other philosophers who had gathered here. There are some who would say he really didn't preach the gospel, that all he did was talk about God, and that he missed about Jesus and the resurrection. Well, there are several reasons we know that's not true. First of all, it says earlier in the text that they asked him to come here because he had been preaching the good news of Jesus and the resurrection, so they obviously knew that's what he had been preaching about. But notice how courageous he was as he preached to them. Three things stand out. He said, I proclaim to you, first of all, the God who made the world and everything in it. And he said, the unknown God that you're looking for is the Creator. He made it. He does not dwell in shrines or temples made with the hands of men. So he directly attacked everything they were doing by saying God created everything, and he does not dwell. He goes on to say, neither is he served by human hands as though he needed anything, since he himself gives everyone life and breath in all things. He said, not only does God create, but God cares for all men. He gives to all men life, breath, and everything. And therefore, God is not served with human hands. Everything behind me here shows temples, sacrifices, and indications that people were trying to serve their God, to bring him the food he needed, to bring him the sacrifices that he needed. And Paul says, no, he doesn't need us. We need him. So God created and does not dwell, and God is the one who gives everything, and therefore does not depend on us. We depend upon him. And then he said this, he has made every nationality to live over the whole earth, and has determined their appointed times and the boundaries of where they live. The God who created and cares is also the God who totally controls the affairs of mankind. He has set the boundaries of all the nations. He is the one who set it all up. He does not dwell in temples made by hand. He does not depend upon what we bring to him, but rather he's the God who controls it all. And he is the one who controls our life, and therefore we have to dedicate our lives and turn our hearts and lives to him.